Hi guys, I'm Sisi.
And I'm Mski.
And we're watching Frieren episode 4 of season 1.
Yes, you nailed it.
Yeah.
Good job. Yeah, so we're doing another episode of this beautiful show. In the previous episode, we were introduced to Quo.
Yeah.
Remember that guy?
Yeah, the
powerful
the
demon.
cookie.
The cookie. The cookery guy. Yeah, we were introduced to him, but it was used as well as a device to introduce some of the world building around Frieren and the magic and all that stuff. Funny enough, 80 years ago, Quo was a pretty powerful demon magician, and now he's just a regular guy.
Yep.
But yeah, we're continuing the journey with Frieren and Ford, and I guess we're gonna see a lot more of their relationship developing. You know what I mean?
And we already know that it's developing pretty well since Frieren is kind of making an effort towards this relationship.
Yeah.
By the way, I checked what seagulls symbolize, and it's freedom and adventure, and it's kind of connected to Frieren in a way, because that's what she's doing. She's on an adventure, like pretty much.
Another one.
Yeah. And the leaves, I didn't check that one, but I still think.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about leaves.
Yeah, I still think they mean time and the life cycle. Like, cause they fall, they die.
Yeah. But Frieren is the one that stays because she's a sentient being.
Yeah.
So
maybe the leaves are for the world around her.
Exactly, yeah.
And
that's why they are everywhere around her. On top of her head.
Yeah.
All that stuff that they keep showcasing. I guess so. It could be that.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm sure in the comments they're gonna let us know.
Yeah.
Shall we get into it though?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, just...
Let me check. It's pretty good.
I hope it is.
I should leave that in the reaction.
No one should.
Will, you know I'm always leaving things like this.
Don't forget to check out our Patreon if you're interested in full length and early access to our reactions. The link is in the description.
You can also follow us on Instagram and join our Discord.
Yes.
Let's go.
A year has passed, I think.
以前は透き通るような綺麗な海でした。
知ってるよ。
Let's
報
cast
酬
the
は
spell.
これでいかがでしょうか。
A book of spells?
大魔法使いフランメの著書か。
I remember that person from episode 1.
わかった。清掃の仕事引き受けるよ。
They introduced the world as Flame, the first magician or something like that. Oh shit, our lamp is.
フランメの著書に本物なし。これも出来の悪い偽物だ。
That's how legendary he was.
のですか？困ってる人がいるみたいだったからね。ただの善意とは思えません。
Why?
これは自分のためだ。
It seems like everything she does
また
is
長い滞在になりそうですね。
Fern is seeing a pattern already. She knows.
もう冬か。まだ寝てる。
My girl.
フリーレン様、朝でございます。起きてください。
She's overworked.
Aww.
Look at her hair again.
It's so cute when she's taking care of her.
Is she feeling sick or something? Why can't she wake up?
I'm like this every morning, guys.
Yeah, I can confirm that.
Yeah.
That's unusual though.
毎朝フリーレン様のことを起こして。これ私完全にお母さんですよ。でもできるよ。でもそれだと昼まで寝ていますよね。まあ別に私。
She's just like you for real.
Yeah. It's not just the pigtails.
様ご一行との旅はどうしていたんですか？世話をしてくれる人なんていないですよね。寝坊はしょっちゅうだったね。
Did she?
ありはしなかったんですか？怒られたよ。一度だ。
She's so cute, man.
勇者様たちって寛大なんですね。 器が違うよね。ごめん。
おい、気持ちはわかるけどさ。
それ普通にブチ切れてますよ。
Really? She can allow herself to sleep more time because
To be honest,
she has.
she's doing God's work.
Yeah.
新年祭までに間に合いそうですか？
なんとかね。
でしたら今回はぜひとも日の出を見ていただけると嬉しいです、フリーレン様。
Oh.
この村では新年祭の日に日の出を見る習慣があるんだ。透き通るような海に日の光が反射してとても綺麗なんだってさ。フリーレン様は見なかったのですか？私が起きれると思う？
Oh.
Winter's past. Oh!
She's gonna fall.
Nah.
Oh, not this time.
Oh, they cleaned it.
水
And it's
質も
spring now.
It's beautiful.
助かりました、フリーレン様。もちろん新年祭にも参加されますな。歓迎いたしますぞ。
正気ですか、フリーレン様。太陽が昇る前に起きるんですよ。不可能でございます。徹夜するから大丈夫だよ。そこまでして日の出が見たいのですか？正直興味はないよ。だから見て確かめるんだ。よくわかりません。そうだね。
I think I understand though. She doesn't care a single bit about the sunrise. But she noticed Forian's expression about
Yeah.
it.
なんだ
Yeah.
フリーレン。ハイターなんてショックな
Oh.
。Oh, and there's
かわいそうに。
there's Himo as well.
僕たちはね、君にも楽しんでほしかったんだよ。
ただの日の出でしょ。
Mm.
楽しめるとは思えないけど。
Can tell.
いや、楽しめるね。
どうして？
君はそういうやつだからだ。
Oh no.
Mm.
寝てる。フリーレン様、起きてください。新年祭に遅れますよ。お母さん。誰がお母さんですか？
Oh.
Yeah,
Very good.
she managed.
Yep. She's sleepwalking. Hmm.
確かに綺麗だけど、
Yeah, look at her.
ヒンメルは私のこと分かって。
Ah.
フリーレン様、とても綺
Mm.
麗ですね。
Yeah.
ただの日の出だよ。でもフリーレン様、少し楽しそうです。
Hmm.
フェルンは
Oh.
A moment. A moment
No.
of realization, yeah.
私一人じゃこの日の出は見れなかったな。当たり前です。フリーレン様は
That line. Can we talk about that for a second? That was beautiful. Such a beautiful short story told in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I noticed it when that geezer mentioned the sunrise and when Frieren was joining them. Frieren had that look of, wanting to.
To join.
Yeah, but not even to join. She wanted to see what Frieren's answer was gonna be. She wanted to see it,
Yeah. Yeah.
because she was desperate for an answer from
Yeah.
her,
Yeah.
And then Frieren's look was just so unbothered. She
都
nodded
合
it.
がいいからです。必死に生きてきた人の行き着く先が無であっていいはずがありません。
That's my view on religion as well. Not gonna lie.
確かに都合がいい。
Mm.
祈るか。
おう。
Oh.
They get to meet.
アイゼン、
Oh, he's so old now.
30年ぶりとは思えん態度だな。
たった30年でしょ。
He's doing the prayers again, though.
まさかお前が弟子を取るとはの。
Mm.
アイゼン、何か手伝ってほしいこととかってある？
フリーレン、ハイターにも
同じようなことを聞いたらしいな。お迎えにはまだ早いぞ。
なんで知っているの？
文通をしていたからな。
Oh, did you?
で、あるの？手伝ってほしいこと。
What is it?
パンチか。懐かしいね。
来たことあるのか？
Volbassen.
昔って言ったぞ。どれだけ前の？
剣士時代でしょうか。さすがにそこまで長い。
Which times? Okay.
ハイターが生徒に残されたフランメの記録をまとめ上げて割り出した場所だ。本物の手記はフォルボン地のどこかにある。
Oh.
お前なら知っているはずだ。
生臭坊主。
I always get the best checker when she mentions the corrupt priest.
途方もないな。たくさんあるぞ。まあ、時間なんていくらでもあるのか。
Fine. What are you doing?
でもフェルンが嫌がるから早めに終わらせようか。
What is she doing?
Huh?
変わったな。お前は人の時間を気にするようなやつじゃなかった。
だってフェルン。
Eisen. Oh.
Oh, the graves.
Yeah. She's happy. That's a little callback to her first adventure with him, the original crew.
フリーレン様。
Frank can now fly as well?
遺跡を飲み込んだ大樹がありました。こちらです。わかった。
Leave again.
ねえ、なんでフランメの手記なんか探すことにしたの？
かわいそうだと思ってな。
Mm-hmm.
お前とヒンメルがかわいそうだと思ったんだ。30年前のあの日、お前はヒンメルを知っておけばと口にした。あの言葉はヒンメルに直接伝えてやるべきものだ。
Oh, you think Flam's
大魔
gonna...
法を使いフランメの式には
Mm,
Mm.
that's what I assumed.
おとぎ話だよ。それに今さら会いたいとは思っていない。
どんな魔法も初めはおとぎ話だった。だからハイターと相談した。お前はきっと後悔しているだろうから手助けしたかったんだ。
Mm. She tried to be tough there, but you can tell by her expression.
フリーレン様、大樹も遺跡も強力な結界で守られている。
Oh, so that's the tree.
1000年も前のことなのに、結局私は先生。
Mm.
そうでもねえさ。こいつが成長すれば1000年だろうがこの場所を守る。
That was her.
お前はいつか大きな過ちを犯し。
Oh.
知ってほしいの先生。かまってちゃん。
ちげえよ。そん時はここに帰ってこいって言ってんだ。
Oh.
助けしてやる。この大魔法使い。
Nice. She did that for her. Wasn't that beautiful?
Why am I getting goosebumps so
Because
frequently?
it was
when I'm-
beautiful.
本物なのでしょうか？本物だよ。なぜわかるのですか？
フリーレンはフランメの一番弟子だ。
本当に剣士時代から生きているんじゃ。
会話についての記述はあるか？
ご丁寧にそのページが開かれている。
Oh.
1000年も前から私がここに来ることが分かっていたのか。
Mm.
相変わらず嫌味なやつ。
この世界の人々が天国と呼ぶ場所。
Oh, heaven.
魂の眠る地、オレオールにたどり着いた。そこは多くの魂が集まる場所で、私はかつての戦友たちと対話した。この世紀の発見は、
魂の研究を飛躍的に進歩させた。
Aww.
真実なのでしょうか。さあね。
Frieren, you know.
ある。その方が都合がいいだろ。
Oh.
そうだね。たまには信じてみるか。
That conversation, it stayed with Aizen the entire time.
大陸北部エンデ。エンデって。そうだね。今は魔王城がある場所だ。なんでそんなところに。
Yeah, why there?
オレオールを探してヒンメルと話すんだ。 俺を手伝ってくれるんだろ。
悪知恵をつけたね。だよ。どうせ当てのない旅だ。でも魔王城のあたりってめちゃくちゃ寒いんだよね。
Oh, come on, you're used to that.
Just bring a scarf.
眠ってしまいました。
Eepy.
されてる。魔王城のあたりってそんなに寒いんですか。
それにあの場所ではいろいろあった。
いろいろ。なんだか気まずい。そろそろフリーレン様起こそうかな。フリーレン様、フリーレン。
Good job doing that.
なあフェロン、そいつはいい師匠か。
She's the best.
よくわかりません。ただひたすらに魔法を求めて旅をして振り回されてばかりです。
Look at her face.
ヒンメル様たちを知ろうとすることには興味があるようですが、もしかしたら私にはあまり興味がない。
Oh, no, Frieren.
フリーレン様が私を弟子にしたのはハイター様との約束に過ぎませんから。
She really feels that way.
がとても不思議な人なんです。旅を始めてからは誕生日に
Yes, girl.
何を考え。
Therapist. Always manages to get a chick out.
She's realizing now that adventures are better with another person.
についてこない。 そうだね。たった10年の冒険だよ。
Many ways you can interpret that last
Yeah.
line. Okay, so another beautiful episode, and another one where there's so much to digest and talk about.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think we're gonna go over the first part of the episode since we covered it during the reaction mostly.
Yeah. Yeah. We did.
I think we said pretty much everything I want to say.
Yeah, me too.
So obviously, let's go over the second part of the episode where we get introduced to Flamme or Flame, but I think it's Flamme. It makes a bit more sense.
Maybe
Flamme.
Flam.
Yeah, Flamme.
Flam.
So Flamme was apparently Frieren's master.
Yeah.
I don't know how
In
long ago.
prehistoric time.
I don't know how long ago. If I had to take Frieren's word for it, it was probably when dinosaurs existed. But yeah, as her master, she decided to plant that tree where Frieren can come in at some point and she can discover that book.
Yeah, and it was interesting that the book was on the same page that Frieren was.
So that's how magic works, obviously. She's not gonna have to read the whole book to get to that point, you know what I mean? I imagine the book would have had a lot of pages where she wouldn't have helpful magic or insight for Frieren. I think that was the entire idea.
Well, I feel like Flam knew that Frieren will come exactly for this. Like,
obviously, yeah. I think it is the case as well, but I think it was an entire book just so she can be safe. And if there's like any other reasons, Frieren might come as well. Because she did imply that I'm leaving this behind so I can help you. And obviously she did say that it's mostly going to be because of what she's come for now.
Yeah.
Because her master knew her that well. But that's why I think it was an entire book. Because, I don't know. It makes sense for there to have been more and stuff. But anyways, that's besides the point. So the place they call heaven is a pretty difficult word to pronounce. Aurola. I'm not gonna try that again.
Areola.
Aureola.
Areola. Whatever. Heaven.
So that's their heaven, and that's where Frieren is going.
And that's where the demon castle is now.
For no apparent reason, honestly, it kind of sucks. But yeah, it is there.
Yeah, so it's kind of heaven and hell.
It is, yeah.
On the same
What
occasion.
happened to your voice?
My voice cracked.
It still is cracking.
Yeah.
Fix it.
It's not getting better. Sorry.
You good?
Yeah,
You sure?
I am.
So yeah, that's gonna be the mission. It's gonna be another 10 years. But it's kind of funny how at the end of the episode, Frieren really liked that. She was happy about it, which is why she turned around and said what she said. Mere 10-year adventure, huh?
Yeah.
But now with Frieren, and that's gonna be the difference. Another huge difference is obviously gonna be Frieren's knowledge now. And that same knowledge she has now, she's developed just because she was so distant and so not immature, but obviously not as maybe mature, yeah, not as mature as she is now. Maybe that's the right word for it, I guess. To me, it all makes sense because we see an insight into her character once again, where we find out that she hated going on adventures with other people, not taking apprentices. Obviously, Eisen suggested that she takes on an apprentice because going on adventures alone is kind of boring. You don't have anybody to talk to. And we see Frieren's response back then was, it's just a waste of time. They're not gonna learn and they're just gonna die. So you kind of see an insight into her character that she never really appreciated these relationships. There was even a funny shot of him all like, come on. But he was still very fond of her. You could tell by his facial expression. But you also see another insight into Frieren's character from that conversation, which is that she also kind of doesn't want to see people die, obviously. That was one of her fears back then, I think. Taking somebody and then being responsible if they were to die. Which is a risk she's willing to take now with Frieren.
Because she realizes it now.
Yes, and not only that, but because she also trusts in her, I think. Because in the flashback, she said, even if I taught them, even if I teach them, they're not gonna learn and they will die.
And
Frieren has now been taught, and she trusts that she's capable enough to fend for herself and to obviously survive. So yeah, it was really lovely to see such an insight into her character. Something else that was really interesting to me from that flashback is obviously Heather was also there, and he overheard the conversation of the whole apprentice thing and what Frieren felt about taking on an apprentice, which is why Heather did what he did. All that stuff he did and planned. He knew exactly how Frieren would have felt about taking on an apprentice, which is why he had to play it so smart. Really smart, man.
Yeah, and he kind of also told her something. He told Frieren something.
But what about the whole praying thing as well? That was really lovely. Really loved that side of this episode where they talk about heaven and religion and all that, because that's kind of my belief as well. When I was more of a teenager, which was I don't know, 100 years ago. I was really heavily an atheist. Is that how you pronounce that? Anyways, so yeah, I wasn't religious at all. I'm still not, but I was really against religion back then. I was like, this is just fake. This is just a money scheme from hundreds and thousands of years ago. But now I see religion as something that is really necessary because a lot of people struggle in life, and religion and belief is something that you can cling on to as a person. It's really lovely to see that the writer has the same view for religion, I think. Obviously, the characters have that view, the priest, but that obviously implies that the writer believes in the same thing as I think as well.
Yeah.
And it's lovely to see that they think the same way I think about religion. And it's those little small details in shows where you can relate to stuff, and that sticks with you. And from that point onwards, you really start to fall in love with the show because you relate to what they're talking about and their belief system as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So how long has Eisen lived? He must be... So Himmel died 50 years after, and now we're at the point of 28 years after Himmel died. So that's been 8 years, as they said in the previous episode with Qual. So yeah, I mean, and Eisen was in good condition back then, you know?
Yeah. He's a bit old now.
He does look old, but I wonder how long the dwarves live for. Because obviously it's a bit more than what the usual humans do. And it makes sense because it's another race. Because remember, Heather and Himmel were human, Frieren is a elf, and a dwarf is a dwarf. So yeah, in that sense, really nice, really lovely to see. That scene with Frieren as well at the end in the when they were riding. It's kind of nice to see that Frieren is also very unknowledgeable about human emotions and all that. She isn't. She's quite clearly really smart about all those things, which is kind of hesitant because she probably can't realize what Frieren feels like, and she's trying to obviously put it together. She's getting kind of like mixed signals, which makes a bit of sense, I think. Definitely does make sense. Does. So yeah, in that sense, I just found it funny because obviously Frieren's background is a child that lost their parents. She had that priest that took care of her.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what she's known of life.
Frieren.
And then Frieren. And what I mean is she's not had a lot of people to interact with.
Yeah. It was nice, that scene when Frieren was expressing her doubts about whether Frieren cares about her or not.
Mm-hmm.
And at that moment, Eisen said that she is a good master. She does.
Mm-hmm.
She does care for you.
Mm-hmm. Well, he knows that because...
she wouldn't take an apprentice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, that was a moment of realization for Eisen as well, because he realized at that point it all makes sense.
Yeah.
And now, to be honest, he did say that Heather and Eisenhower were talking to each other. I mean, they were sending letters to each other. They kept in touch with...
Yeah, yeah. So he knows.
So he knew the details of what Heather was probably wanting to do, and, you know, he's happy, Eisen, that the plan worked out, probably.
Yeah. And also the moment when we saw that Frieren cares about Frieren's time. Yeah. Because looking for that book will take a lot of time for her.
Yeah.
And then she said something like, she's scary when...
yeah, she played it.
Yeah.
She played it
She does care.
Oh, obviously, we know she cares.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, just really exciting show.
I just really love the way that they're expressing things in the show.
I don't know, I'm not even talking from a point of view of judging the show for what it is. I'm just enjoying this. Obviously, we're filming our reactions to the show. It makes us a bit more focused whilst watching the show, so we don't miss out on details, so you guys don't cheat on us for anything like that. But I'm really happy, and I feel like I would have felt the same way watching this show even on my own.
Yeah.
Because it's just lovely. What's the point of watching this show if you're not gonna try and catch all the little small details and wonder what the characters feel like and their interactions and the motives behind what they're doing? That's just the beauty of the show. You can also watch it for the music and the art style and the wholesomeness of the entire show, the vibes, but it's just not the full experience. So yeah, that's kind of the way I feel. Thank you for watching this reaction, and if you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing and tuning into the next video, and we'll see you there.
See ya!